Hi, and welcome to Female Entrepreneurs Magazine, your go to platform for ambitious women who are ready to take the business world by storm. I'm your host, Angel France, and each week we'll dive into the latest strategies, stories, and success secrets from the most inspiring female entrepreneurs around the world. Today on The Real Female Entrepreneurs, we're handing the mic to a woman who turns burnout into breakthrough and now leads other powerful women of color to do the same. She is the brilliance behind Transform the GAAP, where faith meets fierce strategy. After years of climbing the corporate ladder through mergers and acquisitions, IPOs, and pressure packed boardrooms, oh my God, I'm already stressed talking about it. She realized success without self worth is never enough. Now she's helping women
That's right.
stop shrinking, start shining, and align their goal with their God given purpose. She's bold, she's brilliant, she's the go to for women ready to rise, just like you. Say hello to Sherrika Sanders. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me and making me sound so wonderful. I'm happy to be here.
You are wonderful. Okay, but I have to understand. Explain Transform
Yes.
the Gap for me, if you don't mind.
Number one, thank you for asking. Number two, thank you for not telling me that I spelled gap wrong because I have heard that many times. Transform the gap, GAAP. So for any who are familiar with accounting or from the accounting and finance space, you'll recognize that term because it is an accounting acronym very widely known that means generally accepted accounting principles. And it's a nod to my 15 plus years in corporate accounting. I wanted to basically have a nod to that because it was in that space that I was tested to now be able to do the work that I do today. And so I wanted to keep a part of that. So for me, transform the gap in my business means goals aligned, achieving purpose, because that's what I'm helping women to do.
Wow. Okay, so now I'm understanding because I mean, when I first looked at it, I said, there's a reason I'm not in the financial space. So I am so glad that you explained that. So, if you don't mind, you were in financial corporate world for
Thank
15
you.
years. You had me stressed, okay? Mergers, acquisitions, IPOs, boardrooms.
Yes.
Okay. The question then is, what happened? Something had to flip to get you to become the entrepreneur that you are today.
Yeah.
Do you mind telling us?
You are absolutely right because I will tell you, I have been in this space for about 3 years now. And 5 years ago, if someone had said, "Have you ever thought about starting your own business? Wouldn't you love to have a side business or something related to me being an entrepreneur?" I would call them an outright liar. Don't ever speak those words against me. That is not me. I'm not a risk taker. Like, rebuke you. Like, I don't. Not, I was totally against it.
Oh, I can see you put hands on people and pray
But
for them.
absolutely, because it was like, no, even my husband, like, what are you doing? Stop speaking against me. But I'm like, some people are meant to be in corporate. I'm one of those people, but I lied, apparently. Um, I really loved what I did, and that isn't even that's probably only half of the organizational transactions that I've gone through, what was listed there. But I was great at what I did. It was very stressful, but it came to a point where it was no longer fulfilling, and I just really couldn't figure out why. And I thought maybe it's the company that I work with, and so I transitioned to another organization, and I'm like, I like these people better, but it's something is still just really missing. And I really just needed to figure out what it was. And so I prayed about it. I fasted, I don't know if I fasted, but I did a fast.
Okay. You fasted. You're
And
good.
I was like, I just really need clarity on what it is, on what it is I'm supposed to do. You know, because I thought going in with my plans, I thought that I was going to receive some like divine out of the blue call from this great organization and that would, make everything better. But it was during that time, like everywhere I looked, every video I saw, all ads, everything that came in my face was all about entrepreneurship, having a business coach, how to write contracts for your business, like all of these things. And I was like, Lord, it's Sherrika. Remember, I don't remember. I don't do that. And so it, but finally, I was like, okay, I really think this is what I'm supposed to do. But I was still a little nervous about it. I gave my company a 90-day notice because I was still like, I'm not sure. And I gave notice for people who are wondering, why didn't you just start the business while you were there? I knew that I was allowing my work to consume me. And I also knew that if I stayed with the organization, I would continue to make it a priority because this is the bread and butter and this is, where your check comes. And so this is your priority. And it would be a hobby that I barely did anything with. And so I gave a 90-day notice, left the company that I was with, and initially started doing accounting related services with other organizations. And then I really had to have another one of those, as people say, come to Jesus meetings. And it was like, nope, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. I want you to help. I want you to build my kingdom. I want you to help the person that you were when you were in that space.
Oh, wow. So the
Yeah.
woman, the naysayer that says
Yeah.
no to fulfill their God-given
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yes. And all that stress that you talked about, help that person, the person who wears multiple hats throughout the day and sometimes has to wear two of those hats at the same time. That person.
So, okay, so I know you're married. I know you have children.
Yes.
How do you balance it all?
You know what? um I don't think about it. And I'm saying that for the person who, when you sit down and you think about all the things you have to do, because I'm sure there's a laundry list. I have to do this for work or for my business. I have to do this, maybe run an errand for my husband. The kids need me over here. And we think about all the things that we need to do, and can become really overwhelming and just really create just some heavy stress where you feel like physically heavy. And I stopped trying to worry about it. My husband and I, we talk about these are the things that we have going on for the week and manage that because we have 3 kids. So we're already outnumbered. So we already know we're in a losing battle with that. I keep everything in my calendar. And what I mean by that is if there's a doctor's appointment at 11 o'clock, my calendar doesn't say it needs to be blocked from 11 to 12 for a doctor's appointment. No, my calendar says I need to be blocked from maybe 10 to 1 because I need travel time to get to the doctor's office. Are we leaving straight from home or are we coming from somewhere else and I have to go check them out of school or something like that? You know, I put all of that in, the travel time, all the extra, all of those things, because what happens is I put the time of that appointment only in my calendar, and then something else happens or someone books something, and now I'm stressing and trying to run from one to the next. And so I allow ample time for the things that I need to do. I put a lunch break in my calendar and I make sure that I take that lunch break. It's little things like that. And if you're anything like me, when I would put these things in my calendar, I would say, ugh, I'm really blocking out a lot of time for this personal thing. Or do I really have to take a lunch every day? Or getting offline at 10 o'clock, I could stay on. I'm not sleepy at 10. Setting boundaries. So it was first creating a list and whether it's a list, a calendar, whatever your organization method is, and then setting boundaries, but for myself, to make sure that I was sticking to those things that I said I would do. So if my calendar says that at 10 o'clock, I should be doing what I call knowledge increase. I have some of those slots in my day where I'm just learning and educating myself more. And if it's time for knowledge increase, then that's what I need to transition to. If it's time to go to lunch, then that's what I need to transition to. And making myself accountable, because not only does it allow me to structure the things that we need to do, picking up the kids from school, also in the calendar. But it allows me to put structure to those things, but it also helps me to manage my time and really understand if someone says, "Hey, can you do this?" Either yes, I can, or you know what? No, I'm not going to be able to. And what it also does on a day like today, like we were talking earlier, I have 3 kids. One right now is at a school dance, one is at volleyball practice, one is at a scrimmage for football. And it was saying, okay, this is what how I choose to move forward with, you know, navigating these different things that we have to do versus feeling like, oh, I have to do this because I wasn't able to manage my time
Yeah, do you find also delegating and having a village of other people to assist sometimes
well.
helps too?
Yes.
Because I mean, you have
Yes.
children at 3 different locations.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you have children right
Yeah.
now at 3 different locations, okay? And you're
Yes.
talking to me.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
getting them there, each one to each location and coming back home, I'm sure that's a
Hmm.
planning thing with other people, is that right?
So sometimes it does have to be. But honestly, uh, and it and this is when I say I can choose. I have the ability to choose because I manage things in my calendar. I can look and say, you know what, this may or may not work. Let me pull in one of those resources. My brother-in-law is here. My mom is here. My sister, brother. So I have family that's definitely local. The other, like today, with the different things that we had going on, we actually didn't have to pull in those additional resources. But one thing that's really helped us, we've lived in our area for many years now, over 15 years. And so for the rec center and the school, we see the same parents and the same kids often. And so it's really helpful when you can lean into that village and say, hey, you do pickup and I'll do, you do drop off and I'll do pickup, that sort of thing, because we're all right here in the same area. Everybody's looking out, for all the kids, not just their own. So that really helps and makes a big difference. In addition to my family, I had a meeting the other evening, and my husband had a meeting. I had a meeting, and one son had football practice, the other son had a basketball game. And so my husband did drop off for the basketball game, and my brother in law did pickup. So it's definitely utilizing that village. If you have that, lean into it. Absolutely. And if not, try to find that. If your children are in activities, speak to the other parents, and not just throwing your kids off on them, but speak to those other parents and build those relationships, because we learned that we would see the same parents even when we switch to different sports. We're still seeing some of the same people, and you have to have that support. It just makes it so much easier, so that times when, you know what, my husband and I just want to go out to dinner, we don't really have anything that we have to do, and somebody will say, well, that's fine, you know what, we'll drop them off at home. That's, we'll take care of it. And I absolutely love that.
And you know what? And you're helping them because you're reciprocating, either bringing or picking up, and they're doing the opposite, and they give a little bit freedom as well. And then on top of that, if one night they want to go out to dinner or something, you do the
Hmm.
same thing. I mean, that's the key of building that
Yes.
tribe that's supporting.
Yes. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And same, even with our local church, which thankfully is in this same area as well. So, like one of the um our friends at church, she had to leave early for something. She's like, hey, can you take the boys with you? Yep, I'm sure my boys will love it. Well, they'll come back to the house until somebody can come pick them up. Like I don't miss, what is the right word I want to say? I'm aware of the advantages and how blessed we are to have that support.
Yeah, some people just don't realize that they need to build that tribe. And so that I'm glad you brought that up and alluded to that. And
Yeah.
what advice do you have for other women who are trying to grow their business? If you don't mind.
So one of the things I didn't do at first, and I wish I'd start doing it from the beginning, I have a weekly business meeting with God. And in this weekly business meeting, I take one area of my business that either I'm concerned about, or if it's an area that a new opportunity that I'm considering, whatever that thing is, I take that to my time during my time with God. So I have praise and worship for a few minutes. And then I say, okay, these are some of the things that I'm really questioning right now. And I will put it in Google, or you can even use Chat GPT and say, hey, can you give me some scriptures related to in- increasing revenue in my business? And you'll have those scriptural references. Now, I prefer to use the actual Bible because I feel like it's a difference in when you're versus looking on the phone or computer or whatever than the having it in your hand. And so I'll use those scriptures that it gives me and read those and study those. And then after doing that, I take some time to just sit in silence and listen for God to speak to me on how He wants me to move forward. And that's really helped me to either have clarity about something that I was questioning before, or have calm to say, you know what, I really don't have to rush into making this decision. I can have some time. So that's definitely played a really big part. Another thing I would say, reach out to people who are doing what you do. So when I started my business, I went to LinkedIn. I would put in search terms that are relatable to what I was doing, and I would look at different profiles that came up from that. And if a person kind of piqued my interest, I would reach out and send a connection. Hey, I would love to connect with you and learn more about your business. And once connected, I would then ask them if they would mind, having a quick chat with me. You can get a Calendly account for free to set up appointments. You can get a Zoom account for free. So utilizing these free resources, but I would reach out, hey, do you mind if I, take a few moments and just kind of pick your ear, kind of find out what you did, how you went about it. I did that. Probably 98% of the people that I sent those requests to accepted and then agreed to meet with me. They were very forthcoming with helping resources because there's so many different resources, and it's kind of hard to know what's going to be best and what to best navigate. But it really helped to say, well, this one works best for me because I use it for X. Or when this one would say, well, I use this system for because I like to focus on, this thing. And so that really, really, really played a big part in kind of helping to grow and understanding how to navigate what I needed to pay for, what I could get as a free resource and not necessarily have to spend that money up front. Because when you're starting a business, you can have a lot more money going out than you have coming in the beginning. And so any resources, any systems, any advice that you can utilize free of charge, absolutely take advantage of that. If, some of them will say, for example, one of the marketing ones that I use to break out videos, they say, well, if you use the free plan, it has our watermark in it. I am absolutely okay with that. So just where you are, don't try to get higher or go bigger than where you are too fast. Take your time. It's not a race. Don't look at what somebody else did or how long or how fast they were able to accomplish whatever they were doing. It is your race, it is your business, it is your journey. Take a hold of that and love that space and that journey that you're in, because it makes you appreciate it when you're on the other side.
Oh my word. So many nuggets. We don't even know where to begin. I love your spend time with God and listen.
Thank you.
And do not go beyond where you're at. If there's a watermark, there's a watermark. Deal with it. Yeah. Just get
Right,
started.
right.
Just do it.
Yes. And that's the message of it all. Just do it. Just start. Just make that first move. Because so often we think that we can't start because we don't have all of the answers, or we're still trying to figure things out. But number one, oftentimes that's fear, and we camouflage it by saying, oh, I just need to know a little bit more about this, or once I take this course, or once I do go through this, mastermind or cohort, then I'll be ready. No, start. Imperfect action is still action. Go ahead and start, and do whatever it is, that thing that you're called to do, and you'll realize how equipped you are to move forward. And you don't know what you don't need or what you do need if you're not doing anything, because you may think you need all of these things, and then you start going through. Perfect example, I thought, one, I started a website. Many people, some have been in business for years. They use Linktree. They don't automatically go with the website. If you choose to do that, fine. If not, and you want to start smaller, that's fine. You don't have to have it. I wanted a website, and so I'm like, but I don't know anything about websites, so let me pay this person to build a website for me. I was in this women's group, and these ladies were talking about this, how they built their website, and I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it, and I built my website. So, you know, don't be afraid of just taking a stab at it, doing things, because also you want to become as familiar as you can with your business. Don't put your business in too many other people's hands, and then you lose control and you don't really know what's going on because you're um, depending on everyone else to move forward with your vision. And
Again,
I didn't mean to get
with
back on the soapbox there, but
that's okay. Again, wisdom beyond belief. And you're right about having too many hands in people in your business. You need to learn how to do some things. I mean, it's the way to grow. I've done my own, I do my
yes.
own. I mean, I get it. I get it. All right. You've already told us a
Hmm.
whole bunch, but I
Hmm.
can't wait for this one. Knowing what you've learned in business, corporately, as an entrepreneur,
Uh-huh.
as a whole, what advice or tips
Uh-huh.
would you go back and tell your 18-year-old self?
So, my gosh, I would tell her to take advantage of every opportunity.
Mm,
Um, I think most of the decisions I made in life up to a certain point, probably up to about 40, were fear based, meaning I
mm.
went for the safe choice. I went for the guaranteed result. But just now that I'm in this different space, knowing how much more I could have done, or could have seen, or could have accomplished, because either fear of someone else's opinion, or trying to keep up, of doing what you think is right, or what you believe other people will think is right, versus going for that thing that you really want and showing up for where it is you're supposed to be. And one of the things I did do, which I'm glad about, is um, I never paid attention to the dress codes for organizations that I work with, because I knew going into a company, I was all this long, and by this time I want to be here. And so I always showed up for that next role, for that next place that I wanted to be in, not necessarily doing what everyone else did. And so it made it easier when that time came to say, who do we want to promote? Who do we want to move forward? Who do we trust with whatever this project or whatever? My name would come up because I was already showing up as that person. But there were still areas and times where I did delay, or like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Or if I go for that one, I might not get it. So let me just stick here with this safe route. So ignore the safe route. Do what God told you to do. Pray about it. If you have clarity and confidence in going for that thing, go for that thing. And you don't have to have all of the answers. Please don't let not having the answers stop you. You do not have to have all the answers. No one has all of the answers. We are forever learning, forever growing. So don't let your inability to know every step keep you from going for what's next for you.
I'll just say amen. That is so true. All right. What is one key strategy that has helped you advance in your business?
Surrendering.
Ooh.
And I'm saying that, which is something that's a very simple word or something very hard to do. And so what that means is, and having, like I mentioned, my business meetings, but always still just being led by what is it I'm supposed to do in this space. So if you have your business and you have your game plan, you know the services you want to offer, you know how much you want to offer, or your pricing, you have, all of these things. And one, after you come up with these things, present that to God and say, is this how you want me to move forward? Because what will happen is if you don't really do what you're supposed to do in alignment, then it won't work. And also, and this one may throw people for a loop a little bit, if you focus on the money, it won't work. Focus on the value that you're going to provide. Focus on the service. Focus on how you're going to help that your clients solve whatever their issue is. And if you focus on that, the clients will come, the money will come, all of those other things will come. But you have to keep your focus on what your purpose is and what you're supposed to be doing, not all of these other things or what somebody else's business looks like, because you'll find that you're forever scrambling trying to keep up, and you may have a successful business and be unhappy in the business because you don't realize everything that you have because you're still looking at somebody else.
So you're talking about surrendering. The
Yes.
song "I Surrender All."
Yes, I love that song.
I love that song too, and I'm just sitting here going, "Okay," I could just see myself writing out the business plan and just going, "Okay, here, take it," and have the music playing. I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you share any future plans or goals that you have that we need to keep an eye out on for you?
So I'm definitely looking. The goal for my business is to create a legacy, and not only creating a legacy, but I want this to be a family own and run organization, and not just my household, but my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my husband, and utilizing all of the different skills and skill sets that everyone has, and the tools that they can bring. And so my focus is, one, growing my recently started podcast, something that people have been telling me for over a year now that they love my podcast, and I didn't have a podcast. And so but I do now, and it's called She Leads Boldly. And it's to that wife, to that mom who's wearing multiple hats in leadership, in corporate, and leading in her business, in corporate, at home, and really struggling to navigate through it all, and understanding that she doesn't have to sacrifice one of the other. She can have her faith, her family, and her career, and still live a very fruitful life and leave a legacy for her family. And so that's something that I'm really working to grow and develop. And right now we're 4 episodes in. So, like I said, still early. It's weekly episodes are every Wednesday. So, still early in, but that's definitely something that I'm working on growing. And then also just honestly becoming a better steward. Like, I've had to learn while I've been in this entrepreneurial space that the more that I learn, the more that I engross myself in increasing my knowledge in different areas, in the Bible, in leadership tools and self-help tools and all these different tools, the better I am able and capable of supporting the people that I work with. So, of course, revenue and increasing company size are always definitely part of that growth. But I also know that if I focus on those assignments that I've been given right now, then all of that stuff will fall into place.
Wow. True. True. Yeah, I don't know how to expand on that because it's just so true. There's no expansion. All right. If you had a superpower for 24 hours, one day, what would it be?
So I what I would want to say, I'm not going to say this one though, to be able to see in the future. But let me, something somebody told me that really kept me from thinking like that. Like you want something to happen and you're like, oh, I can't wait till I get to that next level, or I can't wait for that thing to happen. And they said, well, while you're rushing the good, you're also rushing the disappointments and the setbacks and the other things that may come while you're in that level as well. So you may just want to take your time because you're only focusing on one side of it, and you know there's other. The devil is always busy, new level, new devils. So it's not. It used to be seeing into the future. It's definitely not having that anymore. But if I could have one superpower right now, it would honestly be, how can I best, how do I best say this? How do I best, knowing how to best serve the women that I work with. And so while we work together now and we grow together now, but sometimes, like, we can have a talk, we can pray, we can do all of those things, but sometimes you just need a hug. But I can't hug somebody through Zoom. And I can't, sometimes you just need that shoulder. And so if I had a superpower, it would be to like have that full package. Like, yep, we have our call, we've talked things through, we, whether it's prayed, cried, whatever, and at the end it's like there's just magical comfort or whatever that they feel, and it's like, oh my gosh, what was
Yeah.
it would,
You'd be able
that's
to,
honestly what it would be, just to provide that comfort, that, because sometimes that's all you need, just to know that you have somebody else that's there. You have spouse and family, but they don't understand, they don't understand all of these hats that we wear.
to hug virtually.
Yes, yes, but they really feel this virtual, it's almost like an emoji come to life.
Yeah, and you get to go through the computer to each
Yes,
other and like love. Yeah.
yes, yes, absolutely.
All right. That one's a really good one, by the way. Um, one fun fact about you that not a lot of people know about.
Oh, so I don't know that it's fun because I'm not very interesting, but I tell people that I am the oldest mentally. But what that means is I do have an older sibling. I have an older brother. I have younger siblings that are 10 and 15 years younger than me, that everybody thinks they're my children. They're not. Please stop offending me. That people think are younger. But I, I think that's the one, because a lot of people, and I'm not, I don't, this probably isn't the best thing, but they're like, oh, she's so bossy, you must be an only child. And I'm like, no, there's four. And actually, my dad even has two boys. So I have multiple siblings. It's not just,
Are you the only girl? Are you the only girl?
it's not just,
You are the only girl.
no, I
Wait,
have a sister.
but how old is she? Older or younger?
She is 15 years younger than me. She's the one who everybody thinks is my child, but she is my
Go
sister.
go read the birth order book. It is a it's a Christian book. You are a firstborn, and so that even if you have a brother older, you are a firstborn girl. Go read that book. It is amazing. It is amazing. That's why you, and because of the age difference of the girls,
Uh-huh.
you're it's like you're an only child
Yes.
because yeah, yeah,
Okay. Thank you. I will.
it's a great book. Okay, so finish the story. I'm so sorry. I had to stop you like going, "Oh, she needs the book."
But you know what? No, that's just it. So many people, it's, I don't know that it's a fun fact, but people typically get so surprised when I say something about siblings, because they're like, "Oh, I thought you were an only child." No, I'm not. I just shine my light everywhere, and I just want everybody to be a part of it. And sometimes I do act like it's my birthday, and it's not. But I'm not an only child.
Go read the birth order book. You'll be shocked.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, it's a really good book. All right. So that brings us to books. All right. I,
Yes.
I know you have your own book. Can you tell us about it? I think some exciting things are happening. Tell us about that one
Yes.
first.
Thank you so much. So my book is called When You Know His Name. And the book is 12 names of God, the name that you use when you want him to be your provider, Jehovah Jireh, when you want him to fight your battles, you Jehovah Nisi, El Rohi, the God who sees me. So it's all of the different names. It's 12 of the different names because there are more, but 12 of the different names of God to help you, whether you're looking for protection, provision, whether you're looking for clarity, whether you're not feeling seen and heard, but helping us to remind us of who we are and who we are and how he sees us. And so each name of God, it gives the pronunciation of the name. It tells the meaning of the name. It also lets us know where in the Bible, where that scripture is in the Bible, where that name can be found. Then there's a modern application basically saying, how can I apply? Because so many times we're like, that was in the Bible days. How can I apply who God is in the Bible to where I am right now in life? And so it has that modern application as well as some reflective journaling. And then we always end with a prayer and an affirmation for each of the names of God that are listed. 12 names. I It blessed me, honestly, going through this project and doing the research and really helping to remind me of who God is in my life and how he sees me and that he sees me, and that I'm really not navigating this space alone. So available on Amazon as an ebook as well as a paperback. So very, very excited. So when you know his name, and then there's another book that I really like. It's called U Squared, and it's the word U and the number two, like in math. So it's called U Squared, and it's by Dr. Price Pritchard. And it's really just talking about living your life on that next level and stop limiting yourself. Stop, we believe those things that we say, and we don't, a lot of times we negate the power of the tongue. So it's about, stop speaking negative things and how to overcome negative thoughts and really just moving forward and working and living out of that next level of you. And so U Squared is another one that I really love. I even had my kids read it. So if you have kids, especially teens, it's not a large book, and mine did tell me that they enjoy reading it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I have 2 of my I always add list of books to everything. Wow. So I get all excited. All right, a favorite song or songs?
So my song right now is a song by CC Winans, and it's called "Come Jesus Come."
Great song.
And I love that song. And then there's two, and there's a second one by Pastor Mike Jr. called "Big." And yeah, you definitely look that one up. So I just found out about that song maybe 6 months ago, and I found out it came out years ago, but it came to me when it needed to come to me. But basically, it's talking about it's going to be big. That thing that God is going to do in your life, it's going to be big. God is going to blow your mind. Those are the words of that song. So, two songs that I absolutely love and adore.
Okay, again, cannot wait to hear Big. Love it, and I love the first one. All right. So, what is a favorite quote you have?
So I already gave the one, which was you miss 100% of the opportunities you don't take. Um, Another one that I have, because I have a couple, a few. Another one that I really love is you are not crazy, you are just first.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And I don't know who said it, so it's anonymous, but I love that's one of my main quotes that I see every morning when I log into my computer. You are not crazy, you are just first.
And you know what? That happens to us as entrepreneurs so many times because God gives us visions of what
Yes,
we see, and it
yes,
might not be the timing yet. It's happening. It's gonna
yes,
happen. It's
yes,
just we have to like be patient.
yes, yes.
Ugh, my struggle. I'm working on it being not. So
Same.
we're gonna say it's not my struggle. It's I got
That's right.
this.
That's right.
I got this.
Absolutely.
All right. And how do you stay motivated? I think I know, but you tell me.
Going back to that time with God, I start my morning off with praise and worship. And to be completely transparent, I don't feel like it every morning. Some mornings I don't want to. But I realize when I do that, it really gets my spirit in the right place. So, absolutely having that intimate time. And for me, it's starting off with praise and worship. But however you choose to have that time, whether it's in prayer, praise and worship, whether it's reading His Word, because He speaks to us and teaches us so many things when we actually spend time in His Word. And so it's having that intimate time with God gives me the clarity that I need. It helps me to feel better when I'm upset. And it's really because God is not an emotional God. Go past your feelings. I don't feel like it right now. I don't want to. I don't want to listen to motivational whatever. Get past all of that and just do it. And I promise you, you will be in a better space. I don't care if it's 15 minutes. You will be in a better space and have a better day and better outlook after. Absolutely.
100%. All right. What is the best way for our audience to stay connected with you?
Yes. So my website, Transform the GAAP, GAAP.com. So my website, I am on LinkedIn, Sherrika Sanders, Facebook, Transform the GAAP as well. And you can also connect with She Leads Boldly, my podcast. It's on all of the major platforms. You can also access it from my website as well, but that's She Leads Boldly. It will bless your life.
That is amazing. So, what are any parting words you want to leave our audience with today?
Um, I had another quote and it just, oh my gosh, it just left me. Um,
It has
anyway, yeah, it completely went away. I can think of the last part, which doesn't help if I can't remember the first part. But basically, um, I trust my next chapter because I know the author.
Ooh, that one's really good.
So that means you don't, even if you don't know what's next, you don't even know what your next step is. Just trust the place that you're in right now. Make sure you get clarity on moving forward and that next thing that you are to do. And just trust your author, your maker, your healer to direct you in wherever it is you are supposed to go.
Sharika, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Same.
And thanks for being here and sharing with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.